4:46 p.m. That's impossible light activity that you see reaching underneath a covered walkway. This is the pattern. Reaching underneath, this is absolutely impossible. The sun that is directly above us, not hovering, by the way, adjacent to 3-story buildings, shooting light like a laser inside, not hitting objects and creating the shape of those objects at a distance away from you, which also in those objects creates a shadow in and of itself. This is reaching underneath, and this is engineered light. This is for purposes of what is people who surround a relevant position to create light activity. That's exactly what that is. All right, demonic. And you're looking at the people openly engaging in what is a communication of a threat while I'm documenting it. That's a demon that knows and wants to make sure that they cross paths in order to monitor while I'm documenting it, okay? That's the people of the state. That's all of them. All right, so this is speaking to what's impossible because you're looking at it reach underneath. Understand how impossible this is. All you need to do is pay attention. It's reaching. The sun is supposedly above us, right? And it's supposed to be, sunlight is coming down. This is reaching underneath and reaching back into a hallway. This is absolutely impossible. In addition, it's impossible because at 4:46 p.m., I'm at the Ontario Town Square where you're looking at the Ontario Police Department engaging in the pattern that you see the Los Angeles Police Department engaging in the specific environment, replete with what is engineered light. All right, this is engineered light, and this is the maintenance of a light source, which is supposed to appear as the natural environment, but it is not. While the entity is engaged in the pattern of group stalking in the sky, by plane and helicopter, where you are documenting, that's called relevant positioning in the sky space. This is what the Los Angeles Police Department is doing with helicopters. This is what the Ontario Police Department was doing with helicopters. This is group stalking in the sky space above. This is relevant positioning all the same. The entity is engaging in what is, my voice right now is my voice is the audible activity. I am being subjected to a molestation. This is my shadow appearing in the shade. This is engineered light. This is my shadow concentrated light. This is light reaching under a covered structure into the depths of a hallway. This is engineered light that's hitting a window and appearing at a distance for what is ongoing monitoring conduct. This is what that demon was doing with his communication device, and they know exactly where I'm at. Those are the sex offenders, okay? They know when I am pulling my panties down. You're going to prosecute the public entity engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring for being a sex offender, and the people of the state will be prosecuted for that. That's an unprecedented level of sexual violence that an entity is engaging, or they're targeting an American citizen. And at 4:46 p.m., this is the direct evidence of it. There is no sun that's going to be visible, not while I'm at my leasing office, not while I'm anywhere on the property of Alvarado Gardens. By the way, nowhere over Los Angeles County. It is hovering in its zenith over me at the Ontario Town Square. By the way, the same Ontario Town Square where I captured video last week, reminding you about the farmers market, where those same demon-possessed group stalkers of the Ontario Police Department, just like the group stalkers, the demon-possessed group stalkers of the Los Angeles Police Department, surrounded by what is, surrounded by the evidence of what is the unnatural environment. This is the maintenance of the light source that's over me at the Ontario Town Square, the same venue where I'm showing you today at 4:46 p.m. That's the same venue, the Ontario Town Square, where it's over my head before 8 o'clock in the morning, and you see a farmer's market. It's called the pattern of conduct. They call the pattern of conduct here is called Alvarado Gardens, and these are a bunch of demons who are in an entirely demonic environment, who are engaging in what is stalking, knowing exactly what. This is why you have this abnormal light, which you also see inside of my apartment, the private space of the targeted individual. And you also see the hallmark, just like you see the demons of the Los Angeles Police Department engaging in stalking in the specific environment. That's called relevant positioning, amplification of helicopter activity, the ongoing communication of a threat where you document. This is serving for what is obstruction of justice by that entity that seeks to conceal itself. All right, and engaging in what is the ongoing incrimination and the enhanced prosecution of the people of the state. That's what that's documentation of. But it's occurring under the light source, which is not over the Ontario Town Square. And if that was the sun over the Ontario Town Square at the exact same time, I'm certainly not going to be able to see it here, and it certainly wouldn't be hovering, rising in alignment to my apartment in the morning and setting in alignment to my apartment in the evening. There would be no sunlight that is under any circumstances appearing on at any magnification whatsoever through closed blinds. And it's also not going to appear while the sun is at the Ontario Town Square, which I captured. But what you do see is the pattern of conduct, the maintenance of a light source for the duration of the day, which is what was documented in Ontario, and you see it at the same time while I'm here in Alvarado Gardens, where the entity is maintaining a light source for the duration of the day. Under no circumstances is this the natural environment. Under no circumstances is this even mimicking the behavior of the sun. You have what is the engineered light that the entity is placing on my bedroom wall right now, while at the same time you're looking at what's supposed to be the sun over the Ontario Town Square, while that entity is acting directly, outwardly demonstrating demon possession, while those affiliated with the Ontario Police Department engaging in demonic activity, which is criminal. It's federal group stalking and monitoring under the light source. which is not going to be the shared sky space here at Alvarado Gardens. That's a pattern of conduct. And as you already know, there is no normal natural sunlight that's going to shoot through closed blinds, that shoots into the depths, creating multiple shadows, creating magnification of your shadow, rising up to the ceiling, that creates any dynamic light shows on the walls and the ceilings like you've seen. None of that is sunlight, by the way. This is common sense. I'm giving illustration after illustration because the Los Angeles Police Department, the Ontario Police Department, the Fontana Police Department, the Montclair Police Department, the Chino Police Department, the San Bernardino Police Department, the Upland Police Department are those documented and surrounded by a body of evidence which is irreconcilable with science, common sense, and nature. And that environment is present because those are corrupt law enforcement agencies that are engaged in and facilitating group stalking. Group stalking is a criminal act. It's an act of terrorism. It's a system that is engaged in by a government. It's not a specific group of individual people that just want to follow you around. That's not what group stalking is. And it is that which is engaged in by a government, and it is that which is done necessarily in concert with the people of the state. That's why they're surrounding you with a malicious guise of what's supposed to be the natural environment. But all you have to do is pay attention. And then all you have to do is document the stalking conduct of that entity in that environment. Because there lies there you find what is the specific pattern, and you already know that you're onto something, and that's why they're following you around in helicopters everywhere. You're going to remove those law enforcement agencies from existence. The Los Angeles Police Department, a well-known police department, but not yet known for what they're engaging in, which is terrorism in the state. Like, this is some third world country. This is P.O.C. That's P.O.C. And the people of the state are in traffic on Alvarado, pacing one demon after another. This is the pattern of conduct right here. And that's the demon possession of the people who are acting fully compliant to that pattern of conduct. That's not a coincidence. It's in the engineered light. There's no sunlight that's going to appear in my bedroom. There's no sun that's going to be over Alvarado Gardens. There's no sun that's going to be over Alvarado Gardens for the duration of the day. There is no light that's going to be anywhere appearing in the shade. Those are demons that you see patrolling. They're doing this over and over and over and over. And they're doing it with the corrupt law enforcement agency that you see exposing themselves to the world. I'm letting you know, they continue to confirm it. You are going to disband the Los Angeles Police Department. You're going to disband the Ontario Police Department. And this is that evidence, which is, again, irreconcilable. There is no sun at the same time. Not only not at the same time, but over me at the same time. It's not like I'm capturing some light source way in the distance and I'm claiming, oh, that's not the sun over there that you see. No. It's always right here. It's always right over me, rising and setting in alignment. And you also see the hallmark. Another circumstance that I have no control over, stalking, because that's exactly what it is in the specific environment and in engineered light. That's stalking by the entity that acts via corrupt law enforcement agencies. And these are demons that are operating helicopters. They are driving fire trucks, ambulances, and police vehicles. It does not get any more urgent than that. All right, this is a ticking time bomb, and it is beyond time that it be exposed to the world about what's going on, because this is speaking to what is the future of this country and the reality of what corrupt governments have intended for those that they are monitoring and targeting in concert with the people of the state. All right, and you're talking about very severe consequences for that. 5LDB680. This is POC. It's currently, again, 455. And that is speaking to the, I've already established that, but again, all I'm doing is giving ongoing confirmation after it is unreasonable to question the light activity that you're seeing. It's unreasonable to question that this is the sun under no circumstances. And it's also unreasonable to suggest that there's anything besides disbanding these corrupt law enforcement agencies that are engaged in terrorism. This is domestic terrorism, and terrorism is not just occurring in third world countries. It's not just occurring on the news that we're watching over there. No, it's occurring here in the U.S. And the LAPD, the Ontario Police Department, the Fontana Police Department, they are exhibiting that. They are displaying it for you. All I'm doing is rolling the camera, and I'm going to prosecute it. This is POC.